Hi, my name is Jared, and this is Horror Obsession. Today, I am recommending a movie that has remained steady as my favorite vampire movie ever since I first saw it. I am not here to debate the merits of other fantastic vampire movies, but for me, nothing has managed to top Let the Right One In, 2008, directed by Thomas Alfredson. I have a lot to say about this movie, so let's just quickly go through the setup. Let the Right One In starts off with slow-moving credits with very minimal audio and snowfall, setting the stage for the constant dark setting and ominous atmosphere pervasive throughout the movie. Next, there is a man and a girl moving into an apartment building where Oscar, the main character, lives. He is bullied at school by a jerk, Connie, and his friends who call him Piggy and torment him relentlessly. One day after school, Oscar pulls a knife from a hidden pocket in his coat and, fantasizing about getting revenge on the bullies, starts stabbing a tree. The girl who moved in next door overhears him and they have some witty banter, but both Oscar and the girl, Ellie, perhaps underestimate one another. And that's the setup for Let the Right One In. First of all, I can't recommend this movie highly enough. Everything about this movie is fantastic. The lighting is amazing, the directing is inventive and original, with excellent framing and use of depth of field to either emphasize a character's intimacy with the characters around them or to show their isolation from society. Two major themes of this movie. Speaking of themes, Let the Right One In paints an absolutely haunting picture of society. The kids are all unhappy, especially Oscar, who has no friends and is bullied at school. His parents are divorced, and while they pay lip service to his safety, in truth, both his mom and his dad emotionally neglect him and have no idea of what is going on in his life. There is no real emotional or human connection between Oscar and his parents, and despite the extremely complex relationships between the kids, the parents are more like NPCs in a video game, making the blossoming relationship between Ellie and Oscar all the more realistic. Alright, so time to talk about their relationship, which is the core of the movie. Let the Right One In is like Twilight if vampirism was actually scary and presented as a curse, and the love story was actually a devastating, desperate cry for help and yearning for any kind of emotional or physical intimacy in a cold, dreary world. Lena Leanderson is incredible as Ellie, and she gives a mature, captivating performance, and the chemistry between her and Oscar is palpable. Kare Hedebrandt is an absolute revelation as Oscar, however, and gives perhaps my favorite child actor performance of all time. He is subtle, portraying a wide array of complex emotions. The second playground scene when Ellie asks him to leave and he responds he has lived there longer than she has, Kare has this look with the teeniest of smirks that shows he understands he is being childish but is almost mocking Ellie for her doing the same. Later, after he asks her to show him how to solve the Rubik's Cube and Ellie starts explaining, he has this mischievous look of a deeper intelligence and understanding of the situation in what I have always assumed is him taking a quick moment to check out Ellie, with his look betraying the fact that he only asked about the Rubik's Cube to get her to stay and talk. Absolutely brilliant. This doesn't even touch on his portrayal of grief and emotional suffering from his bullying, which is mixed with his stout resolve to not be broken and to eventually strike back. I could go on and on about this movie, including the powerful, evocative score by Johann Soderquist, which guides your emotions scene by scene and leaves a lasting impact almost as powerful as the gorgeous visuals and visceral violence. The dialogue is astounding, both in the realistic representation of how kids talk, spruced up a bit because it's a movie, of course, and while we are talking about the dialogue, I need to mention the subtitles controversy. This movie is in Swedish, so yes, you will have to read subtitles to watch it, but A, it is absolutely worth it, and B, you gotta find the right subtitles. The original theatrical subtitles are what you want, since after the movie came out and started getting some buzz, the subtitles were changed to be more, Americanized, which is another way of saying they dumbed the dialogue down. The result is a bland, boring script with no personality, which robs the characters of their individuality and the audience's connection with them. So find the theatrical subtitles. Alright, I've talked enough about this movie, please just check it out. The movie succeeds on every level and has become a staple of my Horror October list. So there you go, the recommendation for the 29th of October, and check back in tomorrow for the penultimate recommendation.